Welcome, everyone, to another exciting update on all things WWE. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we dive into the action, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. WWE Backlash 2025 delivered an unforgettable night filled with jaw-dropping moments, intense title defenses, and plenty of hints at what's to come, with some rivalries reaching their climax and others just beginning to simmer. The upcoming episode of WWE Raw promises to be a pivotal turning point following the premium live event. From shocking betrayals to long-awaited confrontations, massive names like Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Gunther are expected to take center stage, while new feuds could emerge based on the fallout from Backlash. This episode of Raw could set the tone for the road to SummerSlam, and fans are buzzing with anticipation. Let's break down 5 key things that might unfold on the Red brand and explore why this episode could be a game-changer for WWE. First up, let's talk about the women's division, where Becky Lynch came up short in her quest to capture the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Backlash. Despite a hard-fought match, Lynch couldn't dethrone the reigning champion, Lyra Valkyria, who retained her title in a clean, interference-free bout. Many fans expected Bayley to get involved, given her history with Lynch, but Valkyria's victory was decisive. Now, the stage is set for Bayley to make her move on Raw. The bad blood between Bayley and Lynch dates back to before WrestleMania, when Lynch ambushed Bayley backstage, sidelining her for weeks. With Lynch reeling from her loss, Bayley could seize the opportunity to taunt her rival, reigniting their personal feud. This could lead to a high-stakes match at Money in the Bank or even a blockbuster showdown at SummerSlam. The dynamic between these two women has always been intense, and their chemistry could produce a rivalry that captivates the WWE Universe. Bayley, known for her cunning and resilience, might use Lynch's recent failure to provoke her, setting the stage for a deeply personal confrontation that could steal the show. Next, we have a highly anticipated tag team match on Raw featuring Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai teaming up to take on Julia and Roxanne Perez. On paper, this match is a dream encounter, bringing together 4 of the most talented women in the company. However, the focus might not be on the match itself but on the dynamic between Ripley and Shirai. Ripley has shown signs of frustration in recent weeks, and there's growing speculation that she could turn heel on Shirai, sparking a major new rivalry on Raw. A betrayal during the match could cost their team the victory and set the stage for a future clash over the Women's World Championship. Ripley's potential heel turn would be a seismic shift, given her popularity, and it could elevate Shirai as a top babyface. With Julia and Perez also in the mix, this match could serve as a launching pad for new players in the women's title picture. Both Julia and Perez have been making waves, and a strong showing here could position them as serious contenders. The women's division is brimming with talent, and this match could be the catalyst for a fresh, exciting storyline heading into the summer. In the men's division, AJ Styles is set to face Finn Balor in a singles match that could have major implications for the mid-card title scene. At Backlash, Dominic Mysterio retained his championship thanks to interference from El Gran Americano, but the victory highlighted the need for a fresh challenger. Styles, a veteran with a knack for stealing the show, could be the perfect candidate to step up. If Styles defeats Balor, especially amidst the ongoing turmoil within the Judgment Day faction, it could position him as the next in line to challenge Mysterio. A feud between Styles and Mysterio would bring a new level of intensity to the mid-card, with Styles' technical prowess clashing against Mysterio's cunning and the backing of his faction. The Judgment Day has been showing cracks in recent weeks, with miscommunications and losses piling up, and a Styles victory could further destabilize the group. This match could also advance the internal drama within the Judgment Day, as Balor's loyalty to Dominic and the faction's leadership comes into question. The mid-card scene is often where WWE builds its future stars, and this storyline could solidify Mysterio's place at the top while giving Styles a chance to shine. Gunther, the dominant force who made Pat McAfee tap out at Backlash, is expected to use Raw to celebrate his victory and reinforce his iron grip on the roster. However, his gloating could lead to a shocking twist that changes everything. Tensions between Gunther and Goldberg have been simmering since their confrontation at Bad Blood, and now might be the perfect time for WWE to pull the trigger on this feud. Gunther's relentless disrespect toward his opponents has reached a boiling point, and Goldberg's return could see the Hall of Famer step up to defend the honor of the WWE locker room. A surprise appearance by Goldberg would electrify the crowd and set the stage for a potential retirement match for the legend at SummerSlam, a rumor that has been circulating for months. Gunther's technical mastery against Goldberg's raw power would be a clash of styles for the ages, and their personal animosity could make this one of the most compelling rivalries of the year. Gunther's reign of dominance has been a highlight of Raw, but a challenge from a returning icon like Goldberg could push him to new heights. Finally, the return of CM Punk last week on Raw sent shockwaves through the WWE Universe, as he cost Seth Rollins a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. This has left both Rollins and Braun Breaker furious, and they might look to exact revenge on Punk during Raw. However, a massive return could turn the tables. Roman Reigns, absent since the Raw after WrestleMania, could make a dramatic comeback to save Punk and even the odds. The idea of Reigns aligning with Punk, even temporarily, is a tantalizing prospect that could lead to a blockbuster tag team match at SummerSlam, pitting Reigns and Punk against Rollins and Breaker. Reigns' return would also have broader implications, as he's expected to confront Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline 2.0 faction, which has been operating without his leadership. The power struggle within the Bloodline has been building for weeks, with Solo proclaiming himself the new head of the table. Reigns' return could ignite a civil war within the faction, with Paul Heyman caught in the middle. This storyline could dominate Raw for months, drawing in other major players like Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE champion, who might find himself entangled in Reigns' quest to reclaim his spot at the top. As we look beyond these 5 key moments, it's clear that the post-Backlash Raw is shaping up to be a historic night. Backlash 2025 may be in the rearview mirror, but the road ahead for WWE is paved with chaos, controversy, and blockbuster potential. The premium live event delivered unforgettable moments, from brutal showdowns to title changes and unexpected interference. But now the focus shifts to rebuilding Raw as the flagship show. Whispers from backstage suggest that fans are in for a night of shocking returns, betrayals, and game-changing developments that could reshape the main event scene leading into SummerSlam. In addition to Reigns' return, there's buzz about 2 WWE Hall of Famers making surprise appearances. Randy Orton, who has been relatively quiet since his loss at WrestleMania, could return to reignite his feud with Cody Rhodes or form an alliance to take on the Bloodline. Batista, another rumored returnee, might step in to mentor a young star like Braun Breaker, who lost the Intercontinental Championship at Backlash. Their presence would add a layer of star power and set up compelling storylines for the summer. The women's division could also see a major shakeup, with Jade Cargill potentially turning on Bianca Belair. The two showed cracks in their partnership at Backlash, and a heel turn from Cargill could position her as a top villain, possibly aligning with a faction like a reformed Hurt Business. This would thrust Belair back into the babyface spotlight, setting up an emotional showdown at SummerSlam. Meanwhile, the tag team division is in disarray, with the Judgment Day teetering on the edge of collapse. Damian Priest, now the World Heavyweight Champion, might issue an ultimatum to his faction, while Dominic Mysterio could go rogue. A new team, like DIY or the Authors of Pain, could step up to challenge the remnants of the Judgment Day, potentially leading to the introduction of trios titles. The addition of a new general manager, such as Stephanie McMahon or Triple H, could further shake things up, creating a power struggle that mirrors the chaos in the ring. With so much on the line, this episode of Raw could mark the beginning of a bold new chapter for WWE, setting the stage for a storyline renaissance that carries all the way to WrestleMania 42. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive into what's next for the Red brand. Make sure to subscribe for more updates and let me know your predictions in the comments.